What's going on, everybody? So welcome back to Haywire RC, and I got something special to show you guys. Here it is. Oops, wrong car. Alright, here it is. And check this thing out. So right here is the Losi 8 2.0. So time to show you guys what this thing's all about. Alright guys, so right here is a Losi 8 2.0. My friend just picked this up and the body's a little bit beat up, but everything else is mint. This thing was in an accident. You can see the shock tower is bent pretty well, so we're gonna have to fix that before running it. Underneath though, not many scratches. This I feel has a little use, and the engine actually is like, it's got very good pinch. Like you can't even turn it over by hand. I can't even turn it over. I'm just rocking it back and forth. Anyway, so I'll go ahead, take off the body for you. I did just replace the antenna. The old one was very beat up. And also the air filter's brand new. The old one was torn to shreds. But everything else here, as you've seen, was what we got, even in its condition. This thing was pretty clean. The engine was a little bit dirty. We had to clean it up. Check inside though, everything's nice and clean now. The cooling head's got just little micro scratches, nothing too bad. My 454 is even worse just from rolling it. You can see those deep scratches. This thing used to be mint. But yeah, I sent that one a little too hard. Yeah, what I noticed, mostly everything is stock. All the front suspension's stock. It's gonna need some oil. It doesn't really feel good. I feel like if you jump this thing, it's just gonna bottom out all the time. So we'll address the shock issue. The rear's got these green springs. Feel a little bit stiffer. Suspension on the rear is not that bad, even though it's still got chances to bottom out. So this is our first buggy, and one of the real first impressions is the thing actually weighs a lot. Like I'd say like before, I thought this thing weighed like 2 pounds, but it's actually very heavy. I was very surprised when we got this thing. Yeah, we can take a look at these servos. JR Racing, great brand. Never seen these servos before, the DS8915. Haven't looked those up yet, but they seem like really high quality servos just from feeling them. I really like that button on the receiver box, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, before off camera, I did replace all these bolts just to check on the electronics. There's also a new battery in there. Which these tires look really nice. They're used, obviously. They're pretty beat up, but they're still usable for bashing. I'm not planning on racing this because the track near me does not do nitro anymore. It's kind of a shame. Not sure why.
Yeah, so here's like the tires right here.
Probably my most favorite part. So this is like probably the best back in the day. The DX3S by Spectrum. Thing's pretty sweet. It comes with the rubber grip. I really like it. And then also, when you turn it on, it's got a little mile per hour gauge right there for you. Your temp gauge. And some other stuff, you know. Tells you your max temp, your max speed. It's also got a stopwatch on this. It's got a lot of stuff. A lot more than my JR Racing thing that the LST comes with. Yeah, there's a lot more stuff that this thing can do. I'll go a little more in depth on that later because I gotta start working on this thing. We're gonna take apart the engine, as this engine was actually pretty dirty. My friend took off the coolant head last night and that thing did not look good. Not sure why it looked like that. Maybe the guy didn't store a glow plug on it. Maybe the guy ran like the worst fuel possible. Maybe it's an issue of running lean and, you know, that, I guess. Yeah, who knows? So we'll go ahead, address that. Everything else is really, really good on this. It's drivable now. The tuning on the suspension and the diffs, getting fluid for that, we'll do later. We don't really have the fluid for that. That's really all we have. We might run a little heavier weight than this. I'm not sure what's in this right now. Just off the bat, I was thinking just doing 40 weight on each side because this thing's actually pretty balanced. You kind of feel it's a little bit end heavy on the rear. So we can probably run a little lighter just to give the more springiness for jumping. Give it a little more nosedive. But again, I'll say it again, we're new to buggies. We've never raced. We've really done nothing with these things, so we're learning. we're learning right now. Alright guys, so go ahead, take off the cooling head for you. Cooling head's all nice and clean now. Just a little bit of scratches, but yeah guys, so here's the inside. There's the cylinder. Obviously it's dirty. This thing's been really dirty. But you can see there's a lot of pinch. Like right here is where the pinch starts. It's almost like it needs a break-in. Which I'm not sure if that's just because it's been sitting for so long and the metal expanded over time, or if it, I actually really don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing apart and check on the insides. Hopefully the bearings are all clean and everything in the crank's all clean. Alright guys, so it is not my day today. It does spin, but that just looks absolutely disgusting. Yeah, someone absolutely crapped in this thing. But I'm not really sure if like this, I'm just gonna say this is not normal. This can't be normal. And if this is normal, you gotta be a psychopath. But I have a crankshaft I can swap out of this and throw in. Brand new one actually, but I'm not sure about the bearings. The bearings might have to suffer in this thing. I might have to leave them in here all rusted. I'm gonna go ahead, take out the crank, and we can see what everything looks like. And now, of course, the crank bolt that holds on the clutch, that's stripped also. So what I did, I just took my Allen wrench. Right there is some glue. And hopefully that works, because that's like the last resort. And yeah, I totally rounded off that thing. There's no way I can take that thing off. So while we wait for the epoxy to settle in, go ahead, show you the electronics in this thing. As these were upgraded servos, JR Racing, great brand. Stand by them, just because I have an LST, I guess. But here we go. Obviously, this is not the stock battery. This is the Haywire RC official battery. So go ahead, turn on the Spectrum. Everything's connected now. Throttle, super quick. Like, it's just, the reaction is like perfect. Now go ahead, show you the steering. Steering is perfect. Like, it's insanely fast. This is the fastest servo I've ever seen in person in my life, so it's an honor to have this thing. Super fast. Alright guys, so I just came up with this genius idea. I got these lights. And they're going on. Yeah guys, so I'm thinking we can get some lights on this. This would be pretty sweet. Probably take away its racing stuff, because usually race cars don't have lights. But we're putting them on anyway, because it's a coolness factor. Alright guys, check them out. The lights are in. Looking pretty sweet. Yeah, so these lights are absolutely sick. It's a whole new look to this buggy. Just those two lights changes everything. They're pretty bright. These are the same lights on the LST. I just didn't color the lenses. I think it looks better with the white. Yeah, so you may ask how I mounted these lights. Here is the old Rotostart for the LST. And I just cut out these little angle pieces because I thought, you know, these triangles would make actually pretty good mounts. So just cut those out, sand them down, and they work perfectly. Yeah, so now that the engine's out, I was just screwing around. I actually threw the Nova Race Pro head in here. And I actually like it. Even though obviously the 5.9 won't be going in this. 350, or the 350 will run a lot better. Alright guys, so I'm gonna have to call it for today's video. stay tuned as I'm going to tear apart this engine, clean out all the rust, hopefully take out that stripped bolt. Probably do the shocks on this, and then get this thing running and fire it up for you guys. Anyway, guys, so thanks for watching. This engine's really making me mad. That's okay. At least that engine over there isn't. I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned on the LST. I got a big story for that, and I'm sure you guys want to hear that. Yeah, everybody. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later. All right.
Haywire RC. All right, Haywire RC, you have a good one. Haywire RC, man, how you doing, bro?